Hi, we're Woodhull. My name is Matt.
My name is Seth.
My name is Greg.
Where you are now?
It's a good question. We're in Tangerang at a catfish farm. I think it was really weird because the flight is so long that it's like you're being slowly like punched in the face, like and dreaming at the same time. And then you get out, and we transferred flights in Qatar, which was like a strange purgatory. It's like so weird. And then we got another flight, and then we get here. So it's like you're so disoriented when you get off the plane that like you don't know where you are. So Tangerang is weird, but not the weirdest part.
Okay.
Oh, Death by Audio? Yeah. I remember, their last show, Lightning Bolt, played. I tried to get, this is, what was that, 2014? Vice has gotten too big for their own good, and they've displaced a few venues. I think it's pretty lame. Death by Audio was a really, really great venue. There's another one, it was called 164 Kent, and I don't know, they have so much money, they don't care. I mean, it kind of goes against what they, I guess, started as. I mean, they were a magazine in Canada, and now they're just this thing that, everyone wants to be part of, and they have their own TV network. But I think they're pretty ridiculous in a lot of ways. I think they're full of shit.
That venue was great. It's very sad that it's gone. But that's the story. It's everything that happens in New York is places get big with too much money, buy out the places that were good, and then everybody has to move out. So that happens all over the place too, not just New York. So yeah, it's terrible.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think our band is woefully unpopular in New York. Actually, that's.
People are probably surprised that we're even here. I mean, we're not. I mean, we don't have a following. It's surprising to us that we're probably even here.
But the people that like us are really great.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Don't get us wrong.
But yeah, I thought you were talking about at first. There was this compilation called No New York, or that's the name, right?
Yeah.
New York compilation and bands were from New York.
Yeah, that was one of the most influential albums in my life. Like that shit is like the history of New York for the kind of music we play is super important to me, even though it doesn't look like that almost at all anymore.
Yeah, I'd say it's very tolerant. I mean, even in this weird Trump era, I think I think it's brought out a lot of the worst in people too, but it's also united a lot of people. The East Coast is very, very tolerant and very cool about everything. Like, we don't think twice about that kind of stuff when it comes to race or gender or anything. But I think most of the country it's either you're with it or against it, essentially, I think. You know, it's kind of a weird time, but, I mean, San Francisco, you just call it a shithole, but that's historically the most tolerant in the whole country. Yeah. You know, this is the gayest place in the country, they say. I don't know if that's true anymore, though. Yeah, the gayest.
But now that's all changing. Period.
It's all changing in a negative way.
Yeah, I mean, well, San Francisco is just like so much money, and it has like the Silicon Valley thing, and it's like, I mean, it has a long history of like alternative lifestyles and homelessness and all this kind of stuff, and like so many of the people that live there now are like trying to remove all the homeless people in like really terrible ways, and just being generally intolerant to lifestyles that don't look like what they want, and just throwing their cash around. So it's like I mean, San Francisco was my favorite city when I was growing up, and now it's like I don't ever want to go there anymore. It's terrible.
In a way, New York is like that too. New York's still it's great, but New York, there's a ton of money in New York too. Manhattan is not. It just changed really rapidly in Manhattan. A lot of less record stores, less cool bookstores, whatever else. It's mostly just banks and like banks and I don't know.
Banks and banks.
Just more banks and banks on banks. It's kind of sad to watch. But.
We're watching these catfish eat a dead catfish carcass right now. It's pretty brutal.
It's a very metaphysical moment.